Howdy friends! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat, and today we will be doing a 60s daisy kind of wallpaper pattern on our eyes and just be having a good time.
Wow, looks great already.
So I'm starting out with my Venus Extra Large palette, and I put Scallop on the lid, and then I lightened it with a little bit of blank canvas, topping that with the shade Georgia from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I had a very specific shade in mind, and I'm just taking a little bit of ethereal back from the Venus palette. So, and gently smoking out the crease, not going all the way up to the brow bone, but kind of prepping her. So a quick little heads up, I'm about to whip out my Krylon paints. Here they are. A really cheap, easy dupe for this would be the Snazzaroo face paint. Very cheap, extremely easy to work with, and honestly not too much different from this. Sorry, Krylon. And I know what you're thinking. No, this isn't sponsored by Snazzaroo, the fun and cheap children's face paint. Although, I wish it was. Anyways, I'm using a thin paintbrush here, and just like a tiny spritz of water. I used rose water, but whatever water, that's the only sprayable water that I have. And I just kind of lather up the paint so it's not too runny, so it's thick enough to be able to draw with, kind of like an ink, but not runny. And then I just kind of draw little stars and then try to perfect them as I go along, getting more paints when I feel like I need it and evening them out, checking as I go along to make sure the placement is satisfactory.
The thinner the brush, the better for this. Just draw an X and then slowly fill out the rest of the petals from there until it looks sort of even. But, even is a relative term. I mean, look at those flowers. They're barely related. And here I'm just dusting some white eyeshadow on top of them just to set them. And taking some yellow face paint from that same Krylon palette, but Snazzaroo definitely has a yellow shade. And I'm just putting a single dot inside of the daisy. So it is slightly difficult to see what I am doing here, but I will describe it in great detail. So I am taking that scallop shade and I'm just gently shading around each daisy to make sure each petal is nice and crisp. Dipping into the shade Sweet Peach, I will be highlighting under my brow bone and also gently patting that to blend the crease into the brow bone. Quickly doing the same to the inner corner. I'm also putting that right underneath the hollow of my crease to give the eye some dimension. And I'm also bringing that color a little bit onto my lower lid, blending that from my inner corner. Oh my god, I think we're ready for eyeliner. Bless. Now manhandle your eyeliner and tell her that they gotta behave. So right here, we're running into the standard draw a line on your lash line. Little flickaroo. I like to extend my lash line a little bit because I know that I'm going to darken my lower lash line and actually extend that area and shade underneath my tear duct. So it's actually quite easier just to extend my eyeliner just to make the entire eye shape bigger. Oh, and then I draw the line for the wing parallel to the angle that my lower lash line is going upwards. I have slightly upturned eyes at the edges, so I like to mimic and elongate that angle. I also did little baby tear duct point, just extending my lash line a little bit past my tear duct, making the eyes look really wide. Lash time! Alright, I'm gonna do my eyebrows real quick.
Nice.
But there's nothing special to how I do my eyebrows.
Wallpaper pattern.
Just yanking, well, I guess not yanking, stanking them eyelashes on. That's how it be, friends. Little bit of foundation. Just dabbing that on. Little areas I feel like I need it. And a pat rat-a-tat with my booby blender. Nice and light. The skin is our friend. We don't want to harm her. We love her. And yes, this takes forever. Just a knibble of concealer. And then I embark on an arduous journey in order to blend my concealer with my fingertips. Can you tell I've been watching The Crown? Blending with your fingers and blending gently just takes a while. That's just the name of the game. But it is worth it in the end, I promise. And some loose setting powder. Never drag, only ever press. Lightly, but firmly. Pressing the makeup into your skin, flattening it, is the way I think about it. and just my little freckle because I feel naked without her. And a little bit of that shading under the tear duct that I was talking about. We'll be connecting it with the outer under corner of the eye. Oh, and also sharpening my nose a little bit, because why not? And back into our peach smeech. I'm taking Caramelized and I'm darkening my under eye, bridging the gap between that extended eyeliner and my inner corner. Yeah. And now taking some HIYA. I am. Love that name. Oh, I am just highlighting my inner corners under my brow bone. And I believe I also take a little hunk-a-dunk of it and put each one like on each center of each daisy. And Venus XL, our supersized queen, we're going into classical and blending the blackness of the eyeliner, if you will, with the pinkness of the under eye. And then I was just making sure all the eyeshadow was darkened on the lash line because sometimes there's some fallout. A little bit of contour. You'll notice that I left the bake on because it makes blending way easier. Plus, if you are a little heavy-handed, it's much easier to go backwards from that point then. And with this gargantuan brush, I'm just blending away, brushing upwards the rest of the bake, kind of blending in the contour and the blush. And then I'm packing that lovely shade Eggshell from the Gingerbread palette, also by Too Faced, and packing that onto my cheekbones. Now I'm just jamming my finger into HIYA again because I love to layer, so I am very lightly just tapping that on to the very top highlights, like tip of my nose bridge, under my brows, inner corners, very tops of the cheekbones, kind of up into the temples ever so slightly, Cupid's bow, and a tiny bit on my chin. Topping that off with whatever is left on my booty blender just to flatten that out, make sure everything is even, my giant brush, and then a spritz of red ditz. We're almost done. So close. And then with a little bit of the Lime Crime Diamond Dust in something, I am adding shimmer to the lids in between the daisies, my inner corners, and like right on the edges of where I applied the highlight, kind of reaching into like the blush area, making everything super shimmery. Now lipperoonies, and I'm bold, so no lip liner for me. I'm bold and lazy, I think, is the other thing I was looking for. Just very short strokes, slightly overlining my lips, and then I'm topping that with our lovely Diamond Dust topper. Oh, really pretty. And just kind of adding a little bit more mascara because sometimes I like to voluptuize my falsies a little bit. Adding that to my lower lashes and then just combing that out. Darkening my freckle. And just some final touches. Like extra highlight, because of course I need more.
Look at me, it's not like I'm glowing like a strobe light.
And now I am taking a white eyeliner pencil and I'm just lining my waterline. Yes, that's what it's called.
This was exhausting.
Alright, and here is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it for you. Keep tuned for more content like this on this channel. It's gonna keep coming. And we will be taking a break from Twisted Tales next week and looking into some health-related content, talking about chronic illness and concussion recovery. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Toodles!